I don't know. You were trying to go multi-screen, so I don't know.
Talk
and stuff. Happy, joy, happy, joy.
Shut up, bot.
Happy. You told me to talk.
Okay, I didn't say sing though. All right, good morning, you guys. It seems everything is working now.
Rolls downstairs, roll over in pairs, roll over your neighbor's dog. What fits on your back? It's great for a snack. It's log.
All right, shut up. No.
Is that Ren and Stimpy?
Yes, sir. All right, guys. So I'm gonna repeat everything I've already said. We are all grumpy. Creating Beyond Limits is more than halfway through his day. Me, Xbot, and Supersonic, we all just woke up. You're not grumpy. You can't be. It's halfway through your day.
He's always grumpy.
Yeah, but I'm always in this, man. You know what I'm saying? Just always in it.
Lies. You are not a negative Nancy. So something happened to my computer yesterday. Like, it did an update the day before, and then yesterday something happened where everything just flickered, shut down. I got the little boo-boo error screen, and then it like started updating again, and here I am with all types of problems with my OBS.
You got internet herpes.
Oh, you know what? I don't have protection. That could be why.
Yep.
You don't use protection? What?
On my computer.
Oh, okay.
Duh. So yeah, good morning, you guys. Welcome to Coffee Casuals Consoles, the only place where you can find a bunch of grumpy buttheads this early in the morning. We're gonna have to cut the show short today because one of my kids decided he wanted to have a concert at school and not tell us. And there goes our video call. So I hate my life. I know you guys can still hear me. It's gonna be a great day. Join the call.
We have to cut the show short today because one of our 10-year-old boys is pregnant.
Wow, no, he's not. You guys see what just happened? I got kicked out of the freaking hangout.
We timed you out because you're being too negative. We don't put up with that.
All right, first of all, no, you didn't, because it's my hangout. You can't do that. Second of all, yeah. So anyways, one of the kids decided he was going to tell us about this thing that's going on at school, and then I got to go drop him off some stuff, pick up the other one, and blah, blah, blah. I still have the log song stuck in my head, though. All right, so stop being a premature saltwater baby. It's a zombie. What's up? What's up, Robin Hood? What's up, Vocals, Dirty J, Graphic God?
Called you a saltwater baby.
It's a zombie. You know how we do, Xbox.
Isn't that Zombroni?
I believe so. All right, so guys, let's stop wasting time here.
Let's waste some more time.
Let's introduce the panel since you guys don't know them. They're all new faces today. We're gonna start with the Xbot 448. Would you like to say good morning?
Good morning, everybody. Salutation. No, I'm just playing. What's going on, people? Welcome to Coffee Casuals and Consoles. I think this could be, at least on my side of it, it's definitely a no doom and gloom podcast. So when we talk about stuff today, just remember I am going to be Mr. Positivity, no doom and gloom when it comes to the Xbox. Let's go.
What's going on, people? I'm Negative Nancy, and you're watching CCC. Supersonic Station, would you like to let everybody say good morning? Because I'm doing outros right now.
Okay. Everybody, you're allowed to say good morning, so I give you permission. Good morning.
Oh, shit. What happened? I feel like, oh, man. I feel like I'm gone. Good morning. Creating BLMs, do you want to say good morning?
Good morning, good afternoon. Lots of awesome topics. Yet again, we're going to be digging into State of Decay. I'm not going to be here for the whole show, but these are in for a great show, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yeah, I'm not going to be here for the whole show either, so don't worry about it. I forgive you.
It's all good. It's just going to be Supersonic after a while. Everybody else is going to be gone.
Don't leave me all alone.
Supersonic's just stay here talking to himself for 3 hours.
Supersonic's going to be like, you know what? I can't believe Xbot loves Iron Banner. There's no reason to love Iron Banner. on Destiny 2.
There's always a reason, Pat. Even though
Thank you.
there isn't a reason, there's a reason.
I have an explanation for that if we get into it.
We won't.
No,
Don't worry.
we won't. Every time I say Destiny 2, OhSnaps is like, no, cut it off.
You just stop talking now. I just want to throw it out there. Dirty J said Xbox has the same type of energy no matter what time of day. That is so true, though. That's the thing. He's just like a happy little crackhead. I know it sounds bad, but I mean that in the nicest way possible.
He's such a happy little crackhead.
Yeah. Unless he eats too much food, then he just gets sleepy. But that's not my fault.
And that happens usually daily.
No, it doesn't, liar. Because he forgets to eat, so I have to yell at him. Anyways, what have you guys played this week? Let's start with Creating Beyond Limits. I want to know what you've played. We are going to dive into State of Decay 2 a little bit later, so don't go too crazy on it, because I know you played that.
Well, I can't really think of anything that I played.
Did you play Fortnite?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say Fortnite, because that's obvious. I didn't play much of it, so that's a difference. I just can't remember the other games. I think I played Shadow of War for a little bit.
I think I did. I'm not sure.
No, I wasn't very long that I played it. I saw the expansion pass was on sale, and I was like, I'll play the game and just see if I think, do I want to get more of it by getting the expansion pass? And I ended up just leaving the expansion pass. So I played that for a little bit. Turned on Dragon Ball Fighters. Played that for a little bit. Fortnite, and I didn't have the Ultimate Edition of State of Decay, and I didn't win it like some lucky bastards, but you know.
Yeah, snaps.
So yeah, I played State of Decay yesterday for basically the whole day. I wasn't in work yesterday or anything like that, so I played that for a few hours solo and then a few hours in co-op. And we'll get more into that. And I've been playing it since this morning for a little bit. So I do have a lot of hours, like a good amount of hours already put into the game. And I'm someone that has played a lot of the first game. So yeah, we get more into that.
You were cursing at the stream one day. I'll never forget that. What's up?
Before you move on to the next person, can you please read what Robin Hood
I was
put
reading
in the chat on the mixer, like out loud?
It says, I love heart. Period. That game. Period. Xbox is the worst. Thumbs up. Hashtag fail to the king.
Wow, that was quick thinking. Fail to the king.
Thank you. I've been practicing.
God said he's going postal if we don't play the Bing Bongs.
I saw that. Then you know what? You gotta wait till the end. I already told Xbox no shenanigans today. Like I
already pulled it up
them.
and everything, but I'll put it back. I'll put it away.
Put it away for now. Supersonic Station. What have you played this week?
I've been playing Resident Evil 7 in VR again. I love that game. It's so awesome.
In VR?
Yes.
Doesn't that kind of make you a murderer or something?
No, but you actually feel like you're in this house. And I guarantee you, once you play Resident Evil 7 in VR, no scary movies or games will ever faze you again. It's that scary.
That buried body in his backyard is what makes him a murderer. Remember?
Okay, gotcha.
I don't just have one. I got a few of them back there.
Oh.
Guys,
also... someone alert the authorities. He's got a few of them back there.
I'm about to have 3 more if you guys don't shut up.
Don't worry. Nobody will find out Supersonic at all.
Good. Okay. Jeez, I am cranky today.
You just threatened our lives.
I've been playing Star Wars Battlefront. It is on sale on PS4 physical copy for like $5 on Amazon right now. So they have a new 2 versus 2 mode, and it's actually kind of cool because you play the heroes and there is strategy. I like the way they fixed it in the progression systems, normal finally, and it's not intrusive with the loot boxes and stuff, so those are gone. So the game's actually kind of fun now. I actually like it. I know I learned a new word today. I don't know what it means, but I've been playing Overwatch and Rec Room, and actually Rec Room is gonna have a battle royale, and the alpha starts this weekend. The game is free and crossplay on all VR platforms, so Sony is doing a little bit of crossplay, so that's pretty cool.
It's crossplay on all platforms for VR?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
like
Xbox doesn't have VR, so they're technically not doing crossplay.
They don't have
across
VR
all
yet.
VR headsets, but get it because it's fun.
Send
And
it to me.
no, no. Destiny 2, I tried out the Iron Banner, and I'm not going to talk about it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All
You're
right.
welcome.
Xbox.
Haters go hate.
Yeah, we are. What have you played this week, Bot? Nothing.
Let's see.
Nothing.
I
Why
played.
nothing?
I played State of Decay 2. Played that a little when it first came out, and then you know, the Ultimate Edition, because some bastards do win stuff on shows and stuff like that.
Wow. Shots fired.
And
Bastard.
I played a little bit, like a day or two after that. I played like maybe a little between an hour, 2 hours or so. I also played SSX because for some rhyme or reason, it doesn't matter if K Mega stays on the board, falls on his ass completely, but people vote for his gameplay on next podcast.
Hell yeah.
And I keep showing people that he doesn't know how to play SSX. And if you want quality gameplay where the character stays on the board, you vote for my gameplay. But not only that, I also played Skate 3 as well to show people that I can stay on a board in multiple games.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing in multiple games.
You know, K-Mag is not here to defend himself, Bot.
We should get him on the show. If he's up and he's not working, because the dude works like 18 hours a day. Yeah, we should definitely get him on the show sometime. And I also played Destiny 2. I finished the Warmind story expansion with my second character. I did it yesterday on a stream. And I'm excited to go in with my Titan as well as my Hunter now. My Hunter is kind of like my main character. It's the one I've used the most. But with having the Titan, I have different abilities. I have like a grenade that shoots out lightning multiple times. So it's a lot of fun, like throwing that behind my enemy and watching them get struck by lightning 4 times and die. Damn, that sounded brutal right there.
Yeah, it did. It totally did.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to get into Iron Banner. It's a crazy week. You're on vacation, so I don't know what's going to happen from a day-to-day basis, but I want to get into Iron Banner at some point in time. But yeah, I played quite a few games.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, I'm on vacation and it's not going anything like I expected, so that's also why I'm grumpy. You know, you can't set expectations and then expect everything to work out. So,
Vogel said the voting is rigged.
It is rigged. Don't worry, guys.
I think some Iron Bean coffee might.
I'm drinking Iron Bean coffee, and that's the only reason I'm here talking to you guys right now. Otherwise, I'd be like, meow.
Wait, whoa, like what?
That's an angry no. What's up, Don? He said he'll be here soon. Yay! All right, so I played.
Who sent him the link?
He's in our thing always now. Like I don't even add him anymore. He's like automatically. He was last week. Welcome to the family, Xbot. But you weren't listening. Obviously, you're fired.
What happened? I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
You know, ain't nobody got time for you today. I'm going to kill you. I'm not going to kill you.
Trying to do your best Supersonic Station impression right there.
Did I do good? That's all I need to know. Did I do good?
I was hoping more for a single-player narrative, kind of like adventure game, but yeah, you did fine.
Okay, thank you. All right, so this week I played a little bit, literally 37 minutes of State of Decay 2. You know, it's the Ultimate Edition, but I don't even know what's involved in that, honestly. And I only played that because Xbot won it from Xbox. The game made me sick.
I heard that guy's a creep.
He totally is. Don't worry about it. So I played a little bit of that, but it made me really sick, and I didn't have a whole lot of time. Like, even though I'm off on vacation time, like, there's a million things to do, like how to clean and cook and all that good stuff. So I was busy all day.
How did it make you sick?
The motion, I gotta turn it down. I guess like the sensitivity. Because it made me so nauseous. And I'm not the only one. I've seen several people on the internets talking about that, how it made them nauseous. So It's obviously a State of Decay problem, not me. Let's see. Yesterday I played some.
It's not a you problem.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a me problem. I played some State of Decay. No, not that one. Animal Super Squad. That was a really cute game. If you guys stopped by my stream yesterday, it was adorable.
What's the anagram for that?
It's not an anagram, is it?
Oh, what did you call it?
Fuck, I don't remember now.
Algorithm.
Not algorithm.
Take the first letter of each word. What does it say?
Oh shit! What is the word for that? Now I can't.
Animal Super Squad.
I'm dying. So, anyways, it's ASS. I made one of the kids say it.
Oh, you made one of the kids say you are a bad influence.
Yeah, because I was testing him, make sure he knew his stuff at school. So he was like, ASS, laugh, laugh, laugh. But anyways, Animal Super Squad is really cute. I gave away a copy for Nintendo Switch. And since Lady Foxfire is the only one who played, she won it by default. So she's giving it to her nieces, so that's pretty cool. And that one, you're basically a little animal in a toilet bowl or, you know, toaster or something like that. And then, of course, I played a little bit of PUBG. You know, speaking of PUBG, they had a nice size update. I didn't do it yesterday, but I will be checking it out. I believe it goes live actually tonight at midnight. Let's see. Oh, and I wanted to play H1Z1, and it took so long to download yesterday that I didn't get to, but that is on open beta for your PS4 right now. It's Battle Royale, so you guys, if you're interested, go check it out. I'll try to stream that tonight, but we got 1,000,000,001 things going on, so yeah, that's my goal. If anybody in the chat has tried H1Z1, let me know how it is, because from what I hear, it's all good stuff.
It's the same shit as the other crap.
I hear it tastes like chicken. That's what I hear.
Is that what you hear, Bot?
Yeah.
I've had that game for a long time. That's why I never really got into PUBG, because it's the same crap.
Yeah.
But I am excited about the.
You've never talked about this before, though. So
yes,
it's
I have.
No, you haven't.
I will find these other shows. I have talked about that. I have talked about us not needing a paid subscription to play multiplayer.
I don't believe it.
I've done. I'll find it.
El Boogie lost one of her survivors last night. Sad face.
Hey, I am gonna play that Battle Royale in VR though. I'm excited about that.
All right, you know what? You are just making me want to get VR even more, because like the stupid airplane game, and Don just joined the call. Hello, Don.
VR for virtual rickets.
Don? Don? Okay, I think I lost everybody now. Hello. What the hell is going on in my life? Hold up, you guys. Oh, shoot. Leave call. Hold on 1 second, okay? This is not... Everything is just wrong. I wonder what the hell is going on. Alright, Don joined the call and broke it. And we'll just host the show, Mel and Mel Casuals Consoles. I need a nap, guys. This is not my day. Okay. We're gonna turn that off. Join the call.
Doing on social media with
guys.
Me about that.
Hi.
Hey, OhSnap, thank you for joining us today on CCT.
Don broke it by coming into the thing. There's something severely wrong with everything in this world.
Oh, I muted all that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go. I'm
sorry.
And
I'm like, why am I hearing her over and over again? And what's going on? And I realized as soon as Mel said that. I'm sorry, everyone in the chat. I just ruined the whole podcast.
It already. You didn't ruin the whole podcast, Don. You can never ruin it. You can only make it better. But I've already been having issues like all morning, so I'm used to it. Don, what have you played this week? Let's hear it.
I can't talk about what I played this week.
What can you talk about that you played this week? Crickets? Did we lose him, or is it me? Oh, son of a bitch. Don, are you there? Don. All right, guys. I think CCC... Oh, my freaking God. Couldn't start the video call because an error. Okay, let's try again. I think Pub Jesus is mad at me because I haven't been playing. All right.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I
back
love that game.
again.
You missed it all, Mel. I talked about all the smoked meats I was preparing right now and everything.
That's lovely. I want some bacon. Okay.
Well, I'll make you a swine apple. You know what that is, right?
Nope. I have no idea.
You hollow out a pineapple, right? And then you fill it full of pork tenderloin strips.
Mm.
You use a dry season rub called Slap Your Mama.
Slap your mama? Can you say that again?
Yeah, it's Slap Your Mama.
Cool.
Anyways, and then once you put it all into the hollowed out pineapple, you know, obviously you have to take the skin off the outside of the pineapple. You put the top back on, put skewers through it, and then you wrap it in a bacon blanket. So you take bacon, make a blanket, wrap that around it. You put in the smoker for like, I don't know, 8 hours. I usually use like an applewood smoke with that. That will cure vegetarianism right there.
I'm not a vegetarian anymore. I quit.
I have to make sure you get slow doses of bacon just to make sure you don't revert back to your old ways.
I made tater tot casserole with bacon the other day, and it was freaking amazing.
So you make bacon casserole with tater tots thrown in there?
Essentially, yes, and a little bit of beef. But anyways, this is not the cooking show. What have you played this week?
I said I couldn't talk about it.
Oh, you were serious?
Yeah, because everything I've been playing is I've been play testing 2 games. They're going to be playable at E3, so...
Graphic God said, last time I slapped my mama, she took away my Atari. All right. Don, I'm a little disappointed that you won't tell us. Nobody's going to find out. It's secrets.
And I'll tell you afterwards.
Oh,
listening
after
to
the
Don,
live show.
it makes me wonder
I
why
tried,
K-Mega thinks he's a white guy. I have no idea.
All right. Robin Hood said, Don, why? Me want some pizza with smoked pepperonis.
You guys are making me hungry.
It's too early for that shit.
Why stop at smoked pepperoni when you can smoke the cheese too?
I had 3 pieces of toast so far.
Gross.
That's not food.
All right, guys, let's dive into some topics. We're gonna start with State of Decay 2. It's finally launched officially. Obviously, me, Xbot. Well, I played before the official launch. Creating Beyond Limits I've played. Don, have you played State of Decay 2?
I haven't been interested in that game, to be honest with you, so yeah, I haven't played it.
All right, and then we have Supersonic Station, who won't pay for Game Pass because he hates Game Pass. He said it several times in several different Coffee Casual Consoles episodes, supposedly. But yeah, so we're gonna start with Xbot. You've played it. And I want to know, is it as buggy as people have been complaining?
Yeah, see, that's a big thing out there in the Twitterverse and stuff like that. People have been talking about how buggy it is. And on launch day, there were people out on Twitter showing bugs like their character had no face. It just did the eyes and mouth thing. Glitchy, kind of like... user interface where your map and stuff was strobing and stuff like that. And then I realized something. The people that were putting this out there were basically either kind of like self-proclaimed Twitter trolls or people who absolutely prefer PlayStation over Xbox. At the end of the day, looking at the entire community, there are a lot of people having a lot of fun with this game. It is a true sequel to the first game. There's people out there that realize it's more of a community building type simulation and not kind of like a Left 4 Dead, just run out there and kill zombies until your heart's content or whatnot. And those people are having a lot of fun. I think Don said it right at the beginning of the show. Every game has glitches and bugs. There was something on Twitter. It's like, well, how can people be, overanalyzing a video where a video shows bugs and glitches and stuff? And it was funny because the day before that, I showed a video coming from GameRanks on YouTube showing all of like the God of War bugs and glitches that they found.
Stop
in the newest
making up lies, bot.
Yeah, but and see, that's the thing. People are like, well, I never saw that and stuff like that. But when other people are saying that they're not seeing like these bugs in State of Decay 2, people are calling them out, calling them liars and stuff. But when I show bugs and glitches to God of War, just trying to show that every game has these types of things. People are like going after me about it. It's really funny.
Well, here's the thing, and context is important on this. So all games have glitches. All games have bugs. Okay, anyone who argues anything against that they haven't been paying attention to games in the last
look
10
at
years.
GTA 5 when that came out, man.
But the point is the context, right? It's how often do you see the bug? Does it break the immersion? Does it break the experience? Does it make the game unfun? Does it give you unfair deaths? Does it do, you kind of have to break down like, okay, it has bugs. How noticeable are, what's the percentage of it? And does it ruin the experience? And that's the real question, right? Because when people are arguing, oh, this has bugs or this doesn't have bugs, they're basically arguing about something that they'll never win. Neither one of them, right? Because none of them are really able to acknowledge what's actually going on. In regards to that, like we talked about God of War and its bugs, right? Did it ruin the experience for those people? Is the question. Did how many people ran into those problems? That's another question, right?
Uh-huh.
You can't take a random YouTube video which takes something out of context, and this goes with any game, anything with bugs, and say, "Oh, it's full of bugs." Well, yeah, that's cut and put together and whatever it may be. So,
hey Don, can I cut you off for just a moment? Eric the Red says in the chat, just look up GTA 5 glitches. The most popular game in history has tons of glitches. That is very true. Like, that blows my mind. Because
it is, but the thing is, it's like, what's the percentage? Does it ruin the experience? Do people hate it? Like, that's why it's all subjective to a certain degree, or if it's game breaking or whatever it may be. So when people say, I've heard this comment that not all games have glitches and not all games have bugs. Give me any game, I will show you bugs and glitches within the first day. It doesn't matter what the game is. Like, I know I can do that. If I can make ships fly in Sea of Thieves, I definitely can make any sort of bug in any game show.
You made a ship fly?
Yeah, it's in my gameplay last week and the week before.
I missed it.
Yeah, but...
Well, no, she actually fell asleep during your gameplay. That's why. It was at the end.
Wow, bot, don't lie.
And she couldn't get through the trucks driving through the mud. She fell asleep.
No, the mud truck...
And he's silent again. Oh my freaking God, I'm going to die today.
A lot of times people miss that. So that's what was going on there.
All right, Don, we missed what you said about mud trucks because my hangout window closed and reopened itself. So. Yo, this is crazy. You got to rewatch this show.
It's possessed.
For real.
Yeah, you're having a tough time. But anyways, I think I proven my point with bugs and bot. It just depends on people's individual personal experiences, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's like the same sort of issues like you guys are having with Xbox Live. I'm not having those issues, but it doesn't mean those issues don't exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the same token, it doesn't mean I'm not having a good experience. You're the one that's having the poor experience, and it's important to rally behind the people.
Except for party chat, that is universal right now.
No,
party chat's perfect.
I'm having I have my router set up correctly, so that's the difference there. But
OhSnap.
But that being said, people's experiences are going to vary, right? And so when people are having a bad experience, it's not about like defending that experience. It's trying to have an understanding of what those bad experiences are. And then people that are trying to articulate their bad experience, it shouldn't be about trashing the game. It should be saying, hey, I liked whatever the product is, but these things are kind of ruining the experience, and it should be more of a community thing coming together versus butting heads is the way I look at it. So,
Don, I love your level head. I really do. That's awesome because a lot of people, they especially since this is a Microsoft game, specifically State of Decay 2, where other games may be multi-plot. There's a lot more hate because it's on a single platform. But Xbot, please do speak. You were just starting and I cut you off. Yeah, I know.
But then I started listening to what you were saying. I got hypnotized and now I don't remember.
Oh, okay. We're gonna move on to creating down limits. So do you find, first of all, I want to know what you think of the game. Obviously you're a big fan of State of Decay. And then have you seen the complaints or find it as buggy as people have complained?
Okay, well, I'll first say that I do like State of Decay 2. I think it's awesome.
Oh, here we go.
But it's hard not to say that. Like, if I'm a fan of the first one, and like everyone has been saying, it's more of the same. And some people trash that and say it's a bad thing, and then we'll end up dissing on it. But like, if it's more of the same of a game that you said you love, well, then you should still love it. So, I really enjoy State of Decay 2. It does have bugs and glitches. I ran into quite a few problems going through the floor, connection issues while playing in co-op, and that doesn't really have anything to do with my internet. I have like 300 megs. I have a wired connection also.
Were you hosting or was somebody else hosting?
Oh, my friend was hosting, but like he's from Ireland too. We're not that far. He's only an hour away, and he also has a good internet connection.
But his ISP might be two gerbils farting on each other. You don't know that.
No, I know him. He has a good internet, so I don't know why. I think it just has to do with something that's wrong with the game. Because lots of people have
maybe he didn't set up his modem properly. I don't know.
Hey, Beyond Limits, and I'm not trying to make fun of you or anything like that, but like I'm just picturing the only two people in Ireland that has an internet connection playing State of Decay 2.
We actually have pretty good internet. So,
wow.
What's
the NAT settings are something as well that's, I guess, been contributing to the peer-to-peer with this game as well. So
yeah,
like glitches going through the walls, just random shit appearing and disappearing, and like it's not as bad as the first one. Like on the original 360, I know they fixed a number of the issues with the Xbox One release of the first game. But it still wasn't perfect. But this game does play really well. The combat is a lot more enjoyable. The melee combat and the gunplay. The gunplay is a lot better in this one. I think the maps, I think they're not as big as people were probably hoping. I know there's 3 of them, but they're not that big. There are no KSIs. I was expecting them to be a little bit bigger. Because I'm pretty sure the map in the first game is bigger than one of the maps in this. And I remember, I think I heard one of the developers say, or this is what I had in my head from hearing, was that all of the maps in this game are bigger than the base map in the first one. But it just doesn't look like it to me. It could be more filled.
Are you saying size does matter?
No, the size doesn't matter. But also, if you played the game yourself, you've seen that there's nothing really impressive in the maps either. So it's not like filled with stuff.
Well, the thing you're saying, sorry there, same thing you're saying about CBL with the maps being bigger and you not noticing, that's kind of happened this whole entire generation since the beginning. All the maps on games have gotten bigger than their predecessors, but you just add a little bit here, add a little bit there. It's not noticeable. It's not tangible. Is what it happens for a lot of people.
But the map is just one thing. I'm saying for others, like it doesn't bother me that much. I'm saying some people are probably disappointed about that. Like overall, there just isn't as much improved as you would expect for a sequel, because it is more of the same. But for someone like me, that's enough, because I like playing State of Decay. Playing it on one new map is enough. Having an extra 3 maps is good enough for me, because I've played the first map on State of Decay 1 over and over again. I've done breakdown. I've made it through a couple of waves on that, and I know that map a good bit. So being able to play the second game, having 3 different maps, some like improvements overall, gameplay improvements, it's enough for me. But some people, I can see why they were disappointed or let down by this. And it did release with more issues than you'd expect, considering the first game did release with issues also. You'd probably expect a more polished version. I'm not against the game releasing with some issues here and there, because we've all been gaming a very long time, so we know what it's like when games come out on release and they have issues. And depending on the developer, usually they're committed and they start releasing patches within the first 2 weeks and eventually iron out the game, and it becomes what you'd wanted it to be at launch. But overall, I like the game. The co-op needs a little bit of work. The tethering system, while you can notice it, it's not bothersome because
I heard
the
it's pretty
distance is.
far.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. The distance is pretty big. Like some people are saying, like it's ridiculous. It is annoying that it's there to begin with, but at the same time, you're playing co-op. You're going to be with the people the whole time, so
Imagine
you're
if
not
they
going to be
didn't
that
say
far
anything
away.
about the tethering system. Would people even care? You know, if they didn't say anything about it, would people even notice, or would they care that much? That's my
I don't know,
question.
but I played Far Cry 5, and the tethering system in that game is fucking awful. Like you can barely move away from each other without getting teleported. Like that really annoyed me because I was playing with my friend, and
Your
anytime we
goal
got
when
into
you jump in co-op in Far Cry 5 is you just have to dry hump the host's leg the entire time while they're shooting enemies. That's what you got to do.
That's cute, Bat.
Thank you.
That's
I
why you
just
just
want to
yell.
point out that CBL also brought up the point again that size does matter.
Just yell "Stranger Danger" when bots in your game.
I always do,
You're
and
the
no
guy.
one comes to rescue me. So, I'm sorry, CBL. Would you like to continue on?
I know, yeah, I was just saying like the tether system in Far Cry like isn't particularly that great. So if anyone plays that game and it didn't bother them, like the one in State Decay 2 like is pretty big. Like there is a good gap. You can go at like a decent distance. I'm not 100% sure on like how far exactly, but someone can be like it is a drivable distance. Like
So let me ask you this: does it stop you, or does it, like, do you hit an invisible wall, or do you just teleport
no, you
back
don't
to
hit
the
an
original?
invisible wall. Your screen will just go black and you'll just teleport close to the host
Oh,
or
that's
like beside
annoying.
them.
It's similar to like a Halo tether in that sense, right?
Yeah, but it can be handy because I was about to get killed or like I was fighting a shit ton of zombies and he just went really far away and I teleported to him and I teleported away from the horde of zombies
Oh,
and
nice.
it saved me.
That's a
So
good exploit.
it's like just drive and I'll teleport. Go.
You're sneaky, but that definitely is a good tip for people too. So, you know.
I think when you travel too far from the host in State of Decay 2, the screen does turn black, and then you end up on the ship of the damned, and you're playing Sea of Thieves. It just flips over to that game. Like it's weird.
All right. So, has anybody gotten into a game with more than one person? Because I know the first time I wasn't able to connect with Xbot. I was able to get in a game
We're in
with
the same
Blades.
house, people.
Yeah, but he couldn't join my game whatsoever. So, were you able to play with more than one person, CBL? Hello.
And
You scared me. I'm like,
I was
is
looking
it
at the
broken
chat.
again?
No, I only played it with one, like my friend. We only done co-op twice, with
Mhm.
just the two of us. I haven't played it with more than one person. I could assume, depending on the connection and where you're playing it with, those connection issues could be worse. I don't know. I am open to playing it with more people because it'd be fun. Actually, one thing I wanted to say is I don't find this game as hard as the first one. If anyone else is finding that as a thing, like there's not that many special infected. I know at the start, I remember them saying that they're going to ease it in, and the more your base builds.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Nobody knows what I'm laughing, right?
I know exactly why you're laughing. I'm embarrassed to know you right now. But
Don and Xbot, behave, please.
as I said, keep going, CBL. You're on a roll.
All right, well, yeah. I know they said that as the game goes on and your base builds up, they're gonna like increase the difficulty as it goes on. But I think State of Decay 1 was harder off the bat with the special infected already on the map or attacking you a lot quicker. So far, I have seen a few juggernauts. I killed two of them. I killed a few ferals. They were actually scarier than the juggernauts because like they just dodge and just like when they run at you and you run out of stamina and they're just there tackling you to the ground. Like I almost died like 2 or 3 times to a feral just going crazy at me. But yeah, I haven't played with any more than 2 people. So if anyone that's watching, let us know if you run into any issues or if you
Actually,
plan on doing it.
thank you, because I was gonna say the same thing. So Halo Storm in the chat says I've played the game with up to 2 people so far. Not a lot of issues other than one of them spazzing out which was really funny. But no issues on his end. So that's good to know. Fozzie South and I played till 1 last night. There were issues like some people would go into a house and no supplies would spawn. Good to know, Boogie.
I'm having.
I actually ran into that issue where I was in my friend's game and the supply box wasn't there for me. So for like an hour that we were playing that time, I wasn't able to put anything in the box or anything like that to get rid of. And I wasn't in the mood to back out and shit. So I was like, fuck it.
I've had one major issue, and it's a big one, because when it comes to zombie games, OhSnaps is like, she's the queen of the house. She loves zombie games and stuff like that. So my only major issue right now is OhSnaps is getting sick from the movement of it, which is it's stopping me from playing it as much as I normally would. I wanna see her like that whole thing get fixed, so this way we can.
I want to be able to enjoy the game
together.
Like, yeah. I planned on enjoying it, but it's not only like when I'm playing it. If I'm watching gameplay, it also makes me sick. So I don't understand. Like, I'll be watching it on YouTube, and I'm like,
we should just stream Minecraft instead, right, OhSnap?
No, we can't, because Minecraft makes me sick, but... So, I mean, I'm going to try turning down the sensitivity, and I'm going to hope to God that it works, because I really do want to play the game. It really breaks my heart that right now I can't. And then I started thinking, like, maybe I was getting vertigo again, because remember when I went through that, like, week of vertigo where everything just driving was difficult? So I started thinking that's what was going on, but it's not that. So
is it hydrophobia?
Yeah, it's actually hydrophobia, but please don't tell anybody. It's our little secret here, okay?
Okay. I want to know.
All right. And Supersonic, he did say if somebody gave him a free month of Game Pass or something, he would try it out. I know you're looking forward to it, right?
Yes, I can't wait.
All right. So. I know you hate Game Pass, but would you play the game if you had it?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, no, seriously.
Try it. No, I would try it for sure. Yes, definitely.
Okay, and what part?
I played the old one. I like the original one, so...
He's just got to pull himself away from Iron Banner this week. That's going to be difficult to do, though.
Yeah, don't try to start a conversation about Destiny.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm going to have to head now. I'm going to listen while I'm on my way, so have a great stream, great show. I'll see you.
See you later.
Sad face. All right, so he had to go take care of some stuff. Now, Supersonic Station, as far as like all the negativity about the bugs and glitches and all that stuff, have you seen that, and have you seen it reduced since the game officially launched?
I just keep hearing different stories. Some people say no glitches. Some people say the game's totally broken. I just keep seeing... I mean, this is just stuff I'm seeing on YouTube, so I like hearing people that have actually played it and people in chat, their point of views on the game, like before I get into it. So,
real quick, Super Cooper said we played for a few hours last night with a full squad of 4 and had no major issues, some graphic bugs, nothing game breaking. So that's awesome right there. The graphic bugs and some of the silly stuff that does happen, that kind of makes it for like a fun experience. It makes you laugh. Shut up, bot. I know you're laughing about the eggplant.
Yeah, crab wants eggplant. That's what he's trying to say in the chat.
Yeah.
Has anyone done like 4-person co-op? Is that working good?
Super Cooper did.
Super Cooper did? Nice.
So far, he's the only person who I see that's played with 4 people, though. Like, I'm going to try it again. Maybe now, since the game launched officially, I'll be able to play with bot. Or I'm going to give it another fair shot.
Oh, yeah.
Does the game have system link option? Do you guys know?
System link option?
I don't think... I'm not sure. I don't know.
Since it's peer-to-peer, I wonder if that's a possibility. Because, one of the reasons why you have... if your game's built on dedicated servers...
Holy crap.
You have to go online, right? So that's essential even though you're in the same house. But if System Link works on that, I mean, hell, just run an Ethernet cord between your 2 boxes and you'll probably have the best State of Decay experience out of anybody.
Don, you're so freaking smart.
He is. He's a smart guy.
I'm just something to think about. I don't know if it does or not. That's why I'm asking the question. But I mean, it's definitely something you guys should take advantage of if you're in the same house. So
That's such a good idea. So Xbot, look into that later, please. Okay, thank you.
So you have to use the Ethernet cord Xbot. You can't use some twine.
I was going to use an umbilical cord.
No.
Xbot.
Throw that out.
That's just disgusting.
Jesus.
You don't judge umbilical cords. They are the meaning of life.
Oh, okay, here we go. With you dropping knowledge. We don't need that kind of shit right now.
I dropped my knowledge. I can't find it right now.
You're just jealous because John has more knowledges than you, so you want to try to be smart with umbilical cords.
Just like that. Don't.
Ooh.
What?
Don't.
I smell a debate show coming on.
Don't troll me into this. I have a reputation to uphold.
It's like I have a wife in Milo. I don't want to deal with
that. Don
that.
is one of my absolute best friends. That's why we treat each other like this. I'm just saying. There's definitely no rivalry going on.
It's a brotherly love for sure.
They're BFFs, guys. All right, so Don, I don't know if you saw that. We're gonna move on from State of Decay too, by the way. I don't know if you saw in the chat that there's this website that Supersonic had shared with us where people are selling their Microsoft accounts amongst other online, like they sell codes. They're selling their Microsoft accounts. Someone's like selling it for like $600, some $1,300 with their gamer score and everything.
I sold my toe on that website.
No, you didn't, bot.
That's why I walk in a circle now.
No. So Z Black Rider says Lane has not supported.
Damn it.
Sad face. So I want to know if you guys did have a chance to take a look at that article. What do you think about it? Because it's pretty interesting. I'm actually, well, it's not an article, it's a website. I'm gonna share that with you guys in the chat in just a moment. I'm gonna give my opinion on it first real quick. I feel like it might be very dangerous to be selling your account or buying someone's account. It's player auctions. Hold up. And I found it very interesting, so thank you for sharing that with us, Supersonic Station. You guys can take a look here. Pasting. All right, so if you guys have a moment, it's in the chat. And take a look at that if you haven't seen it. If you have, I want to know your guys' thoughts on it. So we could start with Supersonic Station, because since you found it, they have codes and other things on there. They have accounts as well. I'm sure it's not just Microsoft, but please check it out.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I don't know how safe it would be or anything, but I don't know. Mine would be worth thousands of dollars if I sold mine. And I know it's against Microsoft terms and service, but I wouldn't care. I'd just make a new account. And I mean, it's not just Xbox, it's PSN, Origins, everything. They just auction their accounts off.
That's crazy. It's an auction. No, it says buy now. So there's so many new sellers on here too. Not that I'm saying you guys should do this, because it is against the terms of service.
But I mean, why would you care though? Once you sell it, why would you care after you get the money?
Yeah.
If I could sell my account for $8,000, hell yeah.
So all right now there's one up here for $1,650, and they have a 200,000 plus gamer score, 68 digital titles, and gold until January 5th, 2019. So they're selling it for $1,600. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I've got 400 games and a huge game score, and just lots all kinds of Rock Band songs, just tons of stuff. Not just my Xbox One, but my Xbox 360. So mine would be valued pretty darn high. So it's very tempting. I don't know, but it is risky.
It's tempting indeed, especially if you need the money. I know I own so many freaking games on there, but I don't have a high gamer score either. But my Xbox/Microsoft account means a lot to me. You know, I use it all the time. I would be upset. Somebody stole my Xbox a few years back, and I was pissed off. And I don't even have as much on there as I do now. You know, so
yeah, but for that money, I don't think you'd mind starting a new account.
Well, I see someone here for $125, $114. That's just dumb.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it for that. But if you got a lot of digital games, and even if you don't have a high game score, there's a lot of people that accomplish a lot in Destiny and stuff, and have stuff that people would want. Skins people have in Overwatch, people would definitely want. All you'd have to do is list all these things, and you could auction it or buy it now.
But you're also losing money too. Like, we invest so much into our games, right? You wouldn't invest if you didn't enjoy it. Okay. So
yeah, that's a lot of money though. Just like
which part? The $1,600 or the 300? Because I mean, I wouldn't sell my account for 300. No freaking way. Oh,
no,
not only that, me and Xbot, we game share. So like, I'll buy a lot of games on mine.
So screwed.
you would definitely be screwed, like beyond belief.
Guys, I just think it's a sign of the times. Basically, as soon as you were able to buy digital games, and as soon as they became kind of like the AAA multi-plats and exclusives and stuff like that, you have it tied to the gamer's name. It was bound to happen at some point in time. I've even seen people trying to sell their account probably before this website was even up, because of, you know, having those digital games linked to that account. The person can buy it. They can spend the $10 to change the gamer tag. They could go in and change the password and try to make it theirs. I'm not sure like what kind of link the previous owner would have, if there would always be kind of like that back door for them, since it was their account originally. And that would be something I was concerned about. But this is what I think. This is one of those kind of like side effects to what's going on moving into the digital era of console gaming. I think you're going to see things like this pop up, and stuff we never even thought about as well. But this is, to me, this is just a sign of the times with us going digital.
I think Rand's been approached several.
Anybody agree? Disagree? It's bound to happen, right?
I think he just ignored you, Don.
Yeah, I did.
Is anybody there?
Yeah, so I think
Yes,
Rand's
Bob.
been approached a couple of times.
I can't hear anybody.
About his.
Hello? There he is.
About his account.
Sean Murray. Sean Murray's been found. Never mind. He's on Xbox. Inside Xbox. Okay,
all right, you guys came back. Did what I say come through?
Yeah, we heard you, but you couldn't hear us.
Yeah,
I didn't. That's why I kept talking. I'm like, what's going on? Nobody's answering. No sarcastic remarks or anything.
Am I on mute? What's going on?
No,
There
we
he
can
is.
hear you, Don. What the fuck?
Where am I?
I could hear him.
What I was gonna say is, we all know Rand, and he's got a million gamer score. He's been approached several times leading up to his million gamer score to purchase his account, for the same reason, right? It's not only for his gamer score, but his library that he's accumulated for that sort of stuff. So, yeah, and it's inevitable if you own something technically, or you feel like you own something, and that thing doesn't seem like it holds value to you, then people want to kind of offload it and get the next thing that has value to themselves. So I think it's a normal process for people wanting to do that. I don't recommend it. Every game that I've sold, and this is just physical copy, I've regretted it.
Facts. I've definitely done that in the past, where I'll or even traded in. And it's not only because I got like a crappy ass trade-in price. It's like, damn, man, now I miss that game. I wish I had it back. So I can totally understand.
Exactly, and that's the way I've looked at it. Unless I have absolutely just hated the game and I made a bad purchase, then that would be the only exception where I, would be disappointed that I sold it. But I do my homework as a consumer and try to buy games that I enjoy. And so,
dude, you need to talk to our 14-year-old. Then you say you do your homework.
Well, yeah, we probably do two different types of homework. I would say there, Bob, but you get what I'm saying. I earn my money just like anybody else. I work for that, and a product still has to earn my dollars. So I have to figure out what the product is, and see if it's something that's worth it to me.
Don, check this out. Check this out, though. With Game Pass, really coming into its own right now, you're getting the exclusives offered, day and date from release and stuff like that. Do you think that also kind of, people are like, well, damn, I already got all this stuff down here. If I can get like $1,600 for it and only spend $10 a month, I'll still have over 100 games to play. Some games I don't own. The newest games coming out on Xbox, I'll be able to play them still, and I'll make $15.90 on that, and just move on from there. Do you think that could also be kind of like a reasoning to why people would sell their account?
I mean, I'm sure that could be a reasoning. If the majority of the games they have is already in Game Pass, then they can basically double dip, right? They can sell their library. They don't have to be specific about their library, and then they can use Game
They
Pass.
could just rebuild after that.
A supplement. But in the same token, that's the reason why Game Pass doesn't have a lot of appeal to me, right? Because they're not guaranteed to stay there, right? You know, there's going to be a certain amount of library of games in that service, but you know that game could disappear, right? So for me, I want to know I have it and I'm guaranteed to have it. In regards to that, so I'll spend the more money. I mean, like I bought Sea of Thieves. I'm one of the people that bought Sea of Thieves, $60. I understood what I was purchasing, what the long-term plan is, what I was receiving at the beginning, and I was happy to spend that $60, right? You know, we all know it's different with first party with Xbox, but let's say it wasn't first party and it was in Xbox Game Pass, in 3 months that goes away, or a year that goes away. I want to be able to have constant access, so I'd rather just pay the money up front and know that I always have it. And when I want to play it, I just have to boot it up. So
You're
that's
greedy,
kind of
Don. You want to own your games. You're greedy.
no, and it's not that. It's just it's that there's a sense of comfort that comes with when you pay for a product and you can basically just turn it on anytime you want and play. There's value there, right? There's some people that don't treat games like that. They treat games like dirty underwear, right? So they just go right through them and never look back. And so
kind of like what people think to God of War. Like,
well, I'm not gonna throw jabs because I think with God of War you have a game that people really are enjoying.
Yeah.
And what tends to happen is I think what God of War strikes on is it resonates with them, right? So they have a good experience that's almost memorable, and they think back to it and they have fond memories of the game, and they'll probably go back to two or three times and stuff like that. And doesn't mean they won't move on from the immediate and then now, but it doesn't mean they won't come back.
To be honest with you, I'm just messing around. I do see a huge kind of like calming down when it comes to God of War. People talking about it on social media, but again, if they came out with Castlevania, Lord of Shadows, if they came out with like a remaster or something like that, or if it became backwards compatible on Xbox One, I'd probably run through that game another 3 times. I already beat it 4 times on the 360. It was just one of those stories I kept going back to playing.
Yeah, and that's what a good story-driven game should be, right? It should be something that just makes you go, wow. And then you're like, you go through your library and you go like, damn, that game was good. I want to go back to it. And that's what a good single player narrative-driven game. That's the impact that it has. It makes you think when you think of in the case of an exclusive, when you think of that game, it makes you think of that particular console. In regards to it makes you hungry for what the next one is, because those don't come out very often. So, they have a place I think in gaming just as much as game as a service. In regards to, and I've always said this, I don't believe certain genres die. I just think that the newest, latest, greatest genre may overshadow something else, but it never dies and it never goes away. So.
Hey, Don, I got a question for you. With this selling your Xbox account, PSN accounts, Origin accounts, auction thing, or buy it now online, do you think Xbox or Sony would come out with a digital selling game?
I don't know how
sell your digital games.
I don't know how they would get the third party to agree on it. That's the issue. There's a lot of contracts and stuff like that are involved in that sort of thing. That's why I think the whole, remember the game share thing at the beginning of the Xbox generation where we're starting to hear about? I think that was something that they were trying to negotiate behind the lines, but I don't think they were ever able to make that system work.
Well, I think that's,
with publishers.
Where the Game Pass kind of comes in handy for them, because basically you're renting the games. Whereas you don't have to own them, and you have hundreds of games to choose from. But you don't own them, so you don't have to worry about spending the money on a game if you don't necessarily like it. So at that point, it'd be kind of pointless, in a sense. Mm-hmm. That's what I think.
Well, and it's a different type of consumer, right? Certain people just have different value on their entertainment versus others. There's some people that will rent a Redbox. They don't care about the movie once. Yeah, they don't care about a movie like going back to it. There's other consumers that they'll watch the movie, rent the red box, and then go buy the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
And put it on their shelf and let it sit there
And collect dust. Yes.
yeah, but it doesn't matter. That's the type of consumer they are. So that's why gaming's doing right. It's growing up and offering different options to obtain your entertainment. And there's tiers to that where, and each one has a different set value for those particular style of customers. So it's totally fine. I mean, I don't know if I'm interested in seeing the State of Decay numbers and see how well it did and how much adoption there was in Game Pass, because this is kind of the second game to go say, hey, Game Pass actually helps sales, doesn't necessarily hurt it. You're probably not going to know until like the third exclusive or fourth exclusive from Xbox.
Well, you can already tell from like Sea of Thieves, like how many people were on like.
But that's just one sample, right? So like it raises the question, but it doesn't confirm the theory, right? So you have to have multiple ones to really kind of solidify if that's an actual trend that's going on, because developers are looking at that. They're always looking for. There's somebody at any sort of publishing company or works directly with a developer that will constantly look at ways to bring more income for the product that they're producing. So there's somebody's full-time job. That's what they do. So because of that, people are looking at Game Pass. They do look at the C2C situations, and they want to look forward and say, hey, how does Game Pass affect the rest of this stuff?
No, Don, you've heard me on other shows. You've been, on other shows with me. And a lot of times when people start talking about State of Decay 2 and whether or not it's worth it and stuff like that. See, one of the things I really love is that Xbox has an option where if you're on the fence about something, you throw down $10 for 1 month. You can play that game for that month as much as you want to play, plus over 100 other games, and see if you like that one game you're skeptical about. Do you think that's a good option moving, further into the console, like evolution as we're going from now into the next generation? And is that something that people should think about more? Because I know people are like, well, this is just giving, Xbox an excuse to put out, half-built games and games that are game preview and stuff like that. I don't see it like that, though, man.
Well, and I think that's a whole different story, right? Like, you're going to see how it pans out through the year, and it'd be interesting to see come back to that argument, right? Where people are looking at it as a kind of a dumping ground for half-baked games. I don't really think that's the case. The way I looked at State of Decay is, look at the company's track history, right? Like, they make good concept games, but they haven't been steadily like polished, right? That's just not what they have been. They've been working on multiplayer, but they admitted immediately that they weren't able to make it work. You got Sea of Thieves, which is a game as a service game that you pay $60 up front for, or Game Pass, and you're going to get content for that whole entire year of the product. That's what those products are. So they're I would claim they're people put them on a pedestal that they shouldn't have, because that's not what those products were. And B, they more or less, people have been starving for another type of product. So them putting it on Game Pass, those are what those products were going to end up being regardless. It's just getting ahead of the whole Game Pass, and let's put our first party on there. Let's carry that momentum, and let's add value to Game Pass for those consumers. I just look at it as, I want customers to try products, right? I'm never going to be a person that you got to buy this game, but you should give it a shot. Yeah. Game Pass allows you to do it for $10, and it's very low risk for the consumer because, as you mentioned, if they didn't like State of Decay, if you can't find at least one game out of those 100 that you enjoyed that made your $10 worth it, I don't know.
Then you're not a gamer.
Well, I'm not going to say that, but I don't know what I can, I don't know what I can do to help that person, right? And then second,
I like trying out games though. I tried out, when we got the PS4, I tried out the Order 1886. I tried out Infamous Second Son. I tried out The Last of Us and stuff like that. You formed your own opinion, right? Like, exactly. It's not just driven by others, and that's a big issue that the industry needs to address. And Game Pass is one of those scenarios. The other thing that, and I want to see this on the PlayStation side, but I've seen it on the Xbox side or anything, is your ability to refund your games.
So let's say you didn't do Game Pass. Let's say you're a type of consumer who likes to buy something. You can buy that product. If you play it within that certain time frame and you decide you do not like that product, you can refund it. It's another option.
But
So
wait. Even when I do that on Xbox, they always give me trouble. Like they're like, we can do this one time only, even if I played it like within the same hour. They're like, we can only do this. This is one time only thing each time. And like, even when I'm in the preview alpha, we were encouraged to try the refund system. And even when I tried it in the alpha thing, they were giving me a hard time.
Well, they don't want people to think like, hey, you can just buy a game, play it for 2 hours, and return it. You know, you don't want people getting into the habit of that.
Well,
no, but if they're advertising you could do it, they shouldn't say this is a one-time thing.
Well, I think that there are stipulations. I'm sorry, Don, to cut you off, but if you go onto the Microsoft account, there is stipulations there in black and white where you can read it before you choose to.
Well, they don't want you to abuse it. That's what it comes right down to. I mean, let's be honest. They may have a notes on you. I'm not gonna say they do or not, but Supersonic. I mean, were you nice to him when you were on the phone?
No, I was nice. It's just that they said, well, you refunded this game 6 months ago. I'm like, yeah, because the game was broken. I refunded it right away, and then I had to like talk to their manager, and finally they refunded the second game.
Yeah, so I haven't ran into that experience, but then it's one of those things like your experience is your experience, and my experience is mine, right? So like if that's what's going on, I mean, I think that should be a complaint on your part, and I would direct it towards them in regards to that, because that's not what you're sold when they're saying they have a digital refund policy in place. You were told, hey, if I buy something, then I don't have to worry about having these issues, or if something's broken, I can get it refunded, and I can move on and spend my money somewhere else within your storefront. So I think that's a legitimate gripe in regards to that, and it's not the experience that I have. And if I'm having a different experience than you're entitled to the experience that I'm having as a consumer, and we're both playing on the same product, right?
Well said. I agree. Yeah.
But I think Supersonic Station is a little bit more of a complainer, anyways.
No,
I'm just saying. He's like, I hate Game Pass, so I can't play.
He hates GameStop. He hates Game Pass. He hates.
But he loves VR.
Digitally.
I don't like the reason I hate Game Pass.
Where do you shop at? Do you shop at Target? Is that where you go?
JCPenney.
Amazon.
Sears.
The reason I hate Game Pass is like I'm tired of like we already have gold. We're already renting games from gold. We have to pay to play multiplayer with the same games that are on PC, and now they want us to rent more games with Game Pass. They need to do something with the system. And that's why I don't support Game Pass.
You shouldn't have to if it's not a product for you. Like that's one of those things. Like people need to remember. Like you don't have to do something just because other people are doing it. It's about diversifying their means to
hold up here. OhSnap, do you have gameplay going?
No.
I saw gameplay.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it, bot.
She just had another YouTube channel playing, is what was going on.
Yeah, it wasn't Xbox, that's for darn sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so continue what you're saying. I was listening, and then...
Well, I'm just saying, like, you can't expect, even if you're a diehard Xbox guy, you can't expect every diehard Xbox guy want to get Game Pass. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, right? Some of those guys prefer physical copies. There's some people that prefer digital. Some people prefer. It's all about casting the biggest possible net out there, obtaining as many gamers that are out there, regardless of where you're at as a gamer.
And size matters. I just had to throw it out there.
Well, anyways, but where I'm kind of going with that, I mean, there's a reason why Phil said there's X number of billion of players out there is because they're trying to target these other players that are maybe not necessarily the traditional, or maybe somebody that would be a little more forgotten, but they're a consumer as well, and be able to provide those means to reach out to those people. And there's some people that are just in different financial demographics, right? Like they, for example, imagine a mother that doesn't play games. Their kid loves games. the mother doesn't even care. Like their kid will be telling them, "Hey, what about this, and this?" And the mother's tuning them out because, well, she's not interested in that particular form of entertainment. Well, you tell her you can buy Game Pass, and basically you can kind of sit him down, let him enjoy what he's doing, and you don't have to constantly be harassed for the next latest and greatest game all the time, especially when you have first party in there. You know, there's an appeal there. That's a different type of customer than people listen to this podcast because we all game, right? Mm-hmm. But they are still a consumer, and they control some of the funds coming into the industry. So it's a good program. I just think people want to put it on this pedestal that's what it's really not. And it's not for you. It's not for you. If it's for you, then great. And it's up to Microsoft to continue to add value to that throughout its life cycle. So
I think
sure
Don is taking shots against me. I think that's what's going on right now.
Of course,
and I don't appreciate it.
I don't know why you always take it so personally. I didn't say anything negative about Destiny. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow.
And guess what, guys? That is a change right there. That is a change. Because usually somebody will come into our party and they'll be like, "Oh, I see you're playing Destiny." The Don right away like, "Hey, you want to go sail the seas on Sea of Thieves?" He tries to like cut in on the business.
Not to clarify. I didn't say anything negative against Destiny. I just offer the consumer options and they decided to choose.
All right, guys, we have to move on because I don't have a lot of time today because my kids are crazy. So I want to talk about real quick. Epic Games will provide $100 million for Fortnite Esports tournament prize pools in the first year of competitive play. Now
that guy Ninja is about to be really rich, by the way.
I think this is pretty epic, number one. Number two, like all this time I've been complaining about Fortnite. It's so aggravating, right? And they're making like $25 million their first month of mobile, this, that, and the other. But the fact that they are providing $100 million to fund prize pools is pretty amazing. And I just want your guys' thoughts on this. Xbot.
I mean, it's cool. It's gonna let's be honest here. It's gonna add to the longevity of the game because now there is a contest to which people will win money and stuff like that playing the game. I mean, it's something that 343 recognized with basically the granddaddy of all esports here when it comes to Halo on console. And they did kind of like the same thing. They took revenue from the rec packs and they put it into
esports?
into the competition, into esports. And it was a really cool thing then. I mean, I said it was cool then. I'm not going to say it's garbage now. It's something that when you have a game that's competitive like that and you are making like an insane amount of profit, it's almost a no-brainer. You want to keep the longevity going. You want to keep the game's name and coming out of people's mouths and stuff like that. You invest in the competitive nature of the game. You throw money in on esports and you have people go crazy to win prizes. I mean,
it brings you a lot of publicity too.
Yeah, and video games at their heart, it's a competitive type thing. It's like playing basketball. It's like playing football, to the point where people are trying to say that esports is an actual sport as well. So, to me, it's a no-brainer move. I'm glad they did it. I'm glad they recognize that that's gonna keep their game running longer, gonna keep the popularity up and going, and it also attracts kind of like the hardcore gamers, because when you look at the money in that, you're like, man, well, all I have to do is practice for a little while.
Yeah, right.
A lot of people out there, they're just pretty much casual people and kids playing this game. Like, I could rule, but and then at the end of the day, you have people like the YouTuber Ninja and other people who take this game seriously. So I think you're going to get a good bit of competition going back and forth. And
I need to get good. Like, I want to get in on this. I just don't understand like how I can get better.
Well, instead of watching 13 Reasons Why season 2, you should have been.
It. I cried a lot.
Yeah, you did. A lot, by the way. But she almost made me cry watching that show too. By the way,
You're welcome.
I am not ashamed to admit that.
I watched that whole thing back to back.
And you cried. What'd you say, Don?
I've never seen a robot have tears.
I'm not a robot.
It's
Xbox.
Oh, I get it. I'm slow.
It's kind of like it's a semi-greasy solution that comes out. Like, it's weird.
It's just like brake fluid.
He's like
on your eyeball.
he's the
Didn't
Tin Man.
Johnny Five cry in Short Circuit?
I
No,
don't
he
remember.
didn't.
I know a butterfly landed on his eyeball.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Xbot doesn't cry, just so you know. Unless I yell at him, then he cries. But anyways,
Probably like
Supersonic.
Like schoolgirl.
What do you think about this prize pool? You know, that Epic Games is providing $100 million for esports.
Well, here's the deal. I don't care.
Here's the deal.
I don't care. Next.
Why don't you care?
Thank you, Bob, because I was like really just gearing up to yell at him right now.
Don't yell at me. I honestly.
Let's hear your opinion. There is no I don't care. That's not an answer.
I don't care. Oh, it's okay. It's wonderful. Great. Practice building.
Next week, Supersonic Station will be a whole different person. I promise.
I will.
Mark my words.
Like literally a different person, people.
There will be no more.
Take that for whatever you want. Just gonna say that.
So, put a 1 in the topic if you don't care about this, or put a 2 if you do care about.
Just put a 2 because this is my show. Please, thank you. Bye.
Let's see if we can get people to care.
How about you, Don?
Okay, no. Here's my real story. I think
it's too late.
No, I think it's. Give me one more chance. One more chance. I think it's wonderful.
Biggie, give me one more chance, Biggie.
All right, let's hear Don's opinion, please. That would be helpful.
Okay, so people that are fans of games, would you rather a company spend a bunch of money on traditional television ad marketing, or would you rather have a chance of win $100 million?
$100 million.
Both.
Okay, so that's guerrilla marketing, right? So this is a form of that. This is a form of alternative marketing, depending on what word you want to throw out there. This is money that could have been allocated to other areas, but it's being allocated in this form factor to generate interest, to get the community evolved, just like everything that Xbox is saying, is to get people involved, get people relevant to the game. People are like willing to put the time into the game. So let's say they maybe play the game and then they peter out after 4 months. You're like, I'm never winning $100 million. It doesn't matter, because you probably did microtransactions. You probably did other things that generated revenue from that game. Even if you didn't do microtransactions, you help the player pool stay relevant for those who do spend, right? So this is basically the reason why they're doing it, and I think it's brilliant. I think it's a win-win situation, because for people that don't want to spend money but they want to try really hard, they help generate more money for the game for the people that are willing to spend the money. There are some people that are going to be willing to spend the cash just so they can get that edge. That generates more money for the game, and the fact that you hang this $100 million carrot in front of people, it just generates more and more talk about the game, keeps the game more relevant for a longer period of time. So this all kind of, it's a different way of doing business, and it's a different way of kind of drawing people into a game, and people are happy doing it, and they enjoy the game for what it is. They, some people don't like microtransactions. They don't have to do it. For those that do, they can. So they all subsidize each other's experience, and they're all able to have a good game. So, the game is polished. Far as a battle royale, that game is so polished, and if you like battle royale genres, I honestly think people should give the game more of a shot in general.
I think that it makes me honestly want to play more. Like, one, I would love to be a part of esports. I watched the Halo esports, and I wish I had the ability, like the hand-eye coordination and the reflexes, but I don't.
I have a question about esports.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they wear jerseys?
Because that's what sports people wear. I love the jerseys.
I'm so confused, because it's not
that's where they hide their secret IVs of Red Bull. They put it underneath the jersey.
You're not supposed to
does Red Bull make you sweat? Because
you sweat Red Bull. Duh.
Yeah, I just, the whole jersey thing, it's somebody that's been an athlete in the past, that's confusing to me. But I guess they have to have.
It shows solidarity between a team. It shows
But
uniformity and stuff like that.
I understand the
get
team like all
jerseys?
wearing the same thing
Like CCC jerseys? That would
Oh,
be so
wow.
cool.
with a bunch of coffee stains all over it.
Can we?
That
Can
would
we
be
have?
epic.
Can we have Tweak from South Park be on the front of the jersey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds
Look-
good. Guys, we're going to design CCC hoodies, okay? I mean, not hoodies, fucking jerseys.
I'll buy one. No, jerseys and hoodies. I love them both.
We're gonna
Here's my problem with Fortnite. Okay, this is why
I wasn't done speaking, but okay. We totally went into jersey talk, but please do.
That's why I do not like Fortnite. And I know it's part of the game building stuff. And I try to get back in it. I try to give it a chance. And I was actually starting to have fun. And then I get close to the end and everyone starts building shit everywhere. And it's just annoying. It gets on my nerves.
All right, I was a really good builder, and I was building stuff fast, and then I stopped playing for months, and now I can't build anything. So it's just getting used to like building it and the way the buttons work.
If they had a mode on there where people can't build stuff, then I'd probably enjoy
I'm
the
sure
game,
that's
but-
coming. I
Good.
mean, why not? Like, I'm sure it's gonna come.
They're playing around with a lot of things.
Mhm.
Good.
That I know, like they're. I've heard they're playing around with, you know, those grenades that do a pre-done fort, like you throw it down, it's like
Yeah.
populates. They're doing ones where there's no base building except for those. They've been playtesting that sort of thing. So you don't get this like weird, like, you know, tower to, you know, to the sky sort of skyscraper or anything like that. But then again, there's also techniques to fight against that sort of stuff too. Like, let's say someone does a floating bridge to nowhere. All you have to do is shoot the base of where that bridge is, and they
Yeah,
fall.
Don, you know all about that.
Yeah, I found out that the hard way. I'd killed Mel and her son.
I got so mad at him.
I didn't know. I just thought it'd be funny. I'm like, hey, is this gonna float
It
in the middle
was
of
funny.
No,
I
but
worked
no,
so
it didn't
hard
float.
to get my bridge all the way. We made a stairway to heaven, okay? And Don ruined it. But it's okay, Don. I forgive you now. I haven't played since, and now I hate the game. No. I think this actually, it makes me want to get into Fortnite more. This is more of like, I mean, I know I'll never be good enough to get into the esports tournaments, at least right now. Let me not say never, because with practice, you can do anything. If you think you can, you can't. You can. If you think you can't, think again. Xbot taught me that from his old job. But
yeah, I had all these positive kind of like quote like.
I actually put that up at work too.
Did you wear a jersey?
Only if it was Chicago Bulls number 23.
He never
'Cause
wore
all
a
I-
jersey.
This whole jersey thing is a mystery to me. Like, I don't understand
We're
it.
gonna get CCC jerseys, and then you'll understand what it feels like. Okay.
Don, just think of like the Utah Jazz and why they have jerseys, even
Hey.
though they're not gonna get the NBA title anytime soon. And
Graphic-
go figure it out.
Graphic God's in the chat. Can you hook us up with the CCC jersey graphic God? Tweak on it.
Well, I have something in the works, but I know he can probably do better. We need Tweak, we need CCC, we need coffee stains and jerseys. All rolled in.
Make sure the coffee stains are brown. No light and sweet coffee stains, okay? Because people will mistake that for other things.
So anyways, like I was saying, this really makes me want to get back into Fortnite and want to play more and actually build a crew where I can get better, they can get better, and eventually someday we will make it to the esports and be competitive and get $100 million. Well, I'm sure it's spread out through many different teams, but that's beside the point. No doo-doo coffee stains. Thank you.
I'm going to esports. I'm going to compete in the Viva Pinata Invitational.
They don't have one of those, you lying sack of
Nice.
shit.
They should. They should have one.
So here's the deal, Mel. If you do a team, I need a sleeveless jersey. Actually, I needed a jersey that started off with sleeves, but I'm allowed to tear them off.
Okay, so
Can I be that guy?
yeah, you can be that guy, Dad. Well, we gotta come up
only,
with names
only if
for
you rock
each
a
of us,
mullet.
too.
You got to rock a mullet.
I got a starter.
He
mullet.
already
What are you
does.
talking about?
I want to.
I always grow a mustache too this time of year with the E3 coming around the corner, and I'm not gonna lie, it is really hard to do a podcast under the influence of a mustache. You don't even know. It smells like diesel, like underneath your nose.
I almost choked him. Oh,
And the
man.
funny thing is, it is true because I've had to deal with him under the influence of a mustache for quite a while. So
under the influence, I like that. All right, guys, we've got to move on because I have limited time. Xbot, you got to run real quick, right?
do I have to do it now?
Yes, please. He said
Oh, so
12:30.
I have to pick him up now?
All right, yes. But I need you to get back here ASAP so we can play your stupid Bing Bing Bong song.
I will do my best. All right, people?
All right, cool. So yeah, Overwatch, the anniversary is May 22nd to June 11th. That event is going on now. I hope you guys are excited about it because it's 2 years of Overwatch. 2 years. I don't even play Overwatch. Okay, but I would play more. I just don't have any time, honestly. But last time I played with Lady Foxfire and a couple other people, and we had a lot of fun. Supersonic, I think you played too.
I play it all the time. I love Overwatch.
Obviously, Xbot. So they have some loot boxes. I think you get at least one legendary item, guaranteed. And then you could get loot from past seasonal events as well, and not to mention skins. So, what are your thoughts on this?
I think it's awesome because, yeah, if you missed out on something like the Halloween event or anything like that, they're going to have all these events change every day. Like yesterday, you could play Lucio Ball, which is kind of like Soccer Cars, aka Rocket League. So they're going to have all these single player or multiplayer events each day. And yeah, if you missed out on any of the skins, any of the emotes,
I did. I totally did.
Well, if you saved up some of your loot, then you can go buy whatever, or you can earn it these next 2 weeks and buy anything you want. This time, it's 2 weeks only.
Did you see the Buccaneer outfit for Junkrat? Now, Junkrat is my favorite character in the game. But Orisa is like my favorite now to play with. But the Junkrat skin is pretty freaking awesome, and it reminds me of Sea of Thieves. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they added like some cool new skins for this thing. The new skins are awesome. I kind of like I was like so mad that I missed out on all the dance emotes, so I want to buy all the dance emotes for each character. I don't know if I'll get any skins. I might buy all emotes.
Do you use each character though? You know.
Oh yeah, I usually play that one game mode where you have to switch characters. So each time it's like you don't know who you're gonna be, which character you're gonna be. So I would like to try to master each character. So yes, I don't stick with just one character. I try to learn them all because if you learn them all, then you discover like their weaknesses and who goes good with who and stuff. Yeah.
All right, so that's a really good point because if you play with each character, you can learn the weaknesses. Me, I usually get a little bit ADD when I'm like really sucking. Like if I do a match and I do really good and then the next match I really suck, I'll change my character. And then if I'm still not doing, as well as I want to be, then I'll change my character again. So that's kind of where I flow through. I don't usually do any of the healing characters. So for some reason, my mind it's not there. Like I want people to heal me. I just can't play with the characters that do the healing. I don't know. I just don't know how to use them, and I don't have time to,
Yeah, practice each character because you got to see like what characters I'm losing my voice. I'll go ahead. My voice is going.
It's that vaping. Just cough it out. You'll be fine.
I can't.
Okay.
That sounds miserable.
That's fun. So I did share that in the chat also. If you guys are interested taking a look at it, the Overwatch event is there. They have some really cool skins. And I'm interested. There's just so many games to play right now. Muggs, is he on the toilet? Probably. So. Oh man, Dad.
Can't respond to that. That's...
You gotta cough. It sounds like you need a cough. I'll cough for you. Okay. Don, are you here still?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. What do you think about this Overwatch event? Are you excited? Proud of Overwatch?
I mean, they've accomplished a game that no one else has, right? Like, which is kind of this arena shooter that's ever living, right? It goes from season to season. They always have something for the fans of the product, and people seem to really enjoy it. I I haven't really enjoyed this game a ton. I don't think it's a bad game or anything like that, but it's pretty low on my list of out of my library of things I enjoy, and it's not something I really go back to a lot. So I play it because, hey, my nephews are playing it, or somebody else invites me because they're really into the game. So it's a game I play by default with others because that's what they want to play. But it's not a game that I personally load up just for myself and go, okay, I want to play some Overwatch. Like that has never happened since owning the game. Other people convinced me to buy it, and other people continue to convince me to play the game. But for other people that enjoy the game, I can see this really resonating with them and having them be excited. So
yeah. So Hacky Sack said, does anyone on the panel think Overwatch 2 will be coming out? Now I'm gonna quickly answer that. I don't think that there will be an Overwatch 2 anytime soon. I think that we will continue to see the current Overwatch grow and the Overwatch universe grow as well, because they keep adding characters. There's even new maps, and there's all kinds of stuff in there. So I feel like it would be counterproductive to have a second game.
It would disrupt everything, right?
It really would.
Yeah, because you would split your user base at that point.
Right. You know what I do want? I'm sorry to interrupt. I'll say this really fast and I'll shut up. I want a full Overwatch movie, like a Pixar cartoon, like a full movie, so bad.
You know what?
Cool.
That would be cool, because they have so many unique characters. They all have a story behind them. And that's why I think we would only see this game grow at this point, and not like Don said, split it up. You're going to split up your fan base and things like that. It's not really going to work out. The more options they have in one game, and the more that they bring to that one game, the more it's going to grow. It's probably just as popular as Fortnite, maybe a little bit less right now at this point, but it's definitely high up on that list. Like, I know one of the 14-year-old, he's obsessed with Overwatch and Fortnite as well, but he does all the events.
It's important to understand it's a sustainable product, right? That continues to bring revenue. So it's almost irrelevant if something's bigger than it or not, right? It's its own thing and its own living thing. Like, Overwatch, and you compare it to Fortnite. Well, Fortnite's going to grow and it's going to shrink, and it's going to grow and shrink. And there's going to be something, believe it or not, that's going to outdo that. And it's hard to believe, but it will happen. And when that does happen, it doesn't necessarily make the other product irrelevant. It just makes it, as long as it's self-sustaining and it's continuing to make profit, then it's continuing to do well. So I don't. There's this weird hot and cold thing with everything now. That if one thing is doing a little bit better, therefore everything else underneath it sucks, and that's just not true. So,
well, they say different folks, different strokes. So at that, I'm really impressed with Overwatch. I'm impressed with Fortnite, and I'm impressed with PUBG. All these games, they're all unique in their own way. They're all doing great things. They have the Overwatch Esports events. They have now Fortnite Esports. They have Halo Esports. There's so many options for gamers where it could be your favorite game. It's probably going into esports. There's a website that I joined couple years back. I don't really use it, but you can do online tournaments and get paid for it and join teams and stuff like that. I don't
so it'd be like a gun for hire,
essentially. Yes. And I feel like I'm not that good with any game I play. I don't know, it's it depends on my round, it depends on my mood. A lot of things depend on my mood. If I'm in a shabby mood, my gaming will suck so bad. If I'm in a good mood, it's probably not going to be the greatest, but I'll have fun and I'll do better. So, your mind frame really does affect your gameplay, especially when you're playing as a team. But I don't know, all these games are doing great things, and I think people need to celebrate the games more than pick out the negatives, because we've seen that all too much recently. It's really depressing.
Well, if you look at, we're just talking about Overwatch. I mentioned it's not my game, right? Like other people can see me, but it doesn't mean I can't have fun when I'm playing with other people and when I'm trying to enjoy the game because I did spend my dollars for it. And even though I don't think it deserved Game of the Year or anything like that, I don't think it's a bad game, right? And that's it's all about putting things in context and for these products to be able to find their audience in regards to that. I think the only time it's justifiable where a consumer is really upset and they're ragging on something is when they're promised a very particular thing and they deliver something opposite of that promise. And so, for example, like, I'm a little harder on State of Decay because, hey, Microsoft promised that it's going to be free to use as their servers, right? And you have them promising they're going to have their first party, and then they're also have a bigger budget. So you add those two things together, and all the things that people have been having problems with, and they buy the game with the understanding of those two companies saying those two things. I totally get where those consumers are coming from. Like that's like a totally different. Like that's a situation where their customers were told a very particular thing, and you can't blame the customer for being upset when they don't deliver on that promise. So
yeah, I don't blame anybody for being upset unless they're being completely ridiculous about it. Like, going back to State of Decay 2, where people are complaining about the bugs, but it really kind of depends on the game because, if I heard a lot of fun things about bugs for, let's say, what the hell is that game that just came out? Far Cry 5.
Okay.
People are constantly talking about how the bugs in that game were so funny. And it was hilarious. And they had so much fun. And then you have State of Decay 2 launches and it's not a multiplat. And there's a lot of complaints. Like, it's not fair. But I guess we're kind of used to that. But that also happens where games that are, just for PlayStation, where people, they complain about them and then, let's say if you're mainly an Xbox player, you kind of point those things out and laugh like, haha, this game sucks because blah, blah, blah. It's such a shame because, all these games are great games at the end of the day. And somebody put their blood, sweat, and tears into them. And I think we need to celebrate them a little bit more.
Just because you don't like it doesn't mean you have to buy it either, right? Like, that's the other thing, too. Like, you got to be... Everyone's got a responsibility, right? The publisher's got responsibilities. The developers got responsibilities, and the consumer has responsibilities as well. In regards, and I would say media has responsibilities, and that's, it seems like there's been a breakdown in each one of those categories, where it generates when the end user finally gets something and they put the wrong type of faith in it. They built it up in their own mind. But there's also things that, say, developers didn't deliver on promises, publishers didn't give the proper support to the developers, and then you have media outlets. They're not really being... There's a cultural bias that exists out there, regardless of what side you want to take, to say they are one way or another. But they're not. They're generating interest based on their own self-interest, which is clicks, and not necessarily based on if the product's good. And when the product falls short, let's put it in perspective. What's really going on? Does it really break the game? Does it not? All that sort of stuff. They're not doing that. So when that breakdown happens, what happens to the end users when they buy something, right? That you have this issue. So and I don't think anyone is blame free across the board in all this. So I just think the pendulum has swung so far for so long. It's about time that I think everybody gets back to center, and so we can enjoy games a little bit more. And I have a feeling it's going that way, to be totally honest with you. I think people are tired of being ragged on products that they enjoy. I think the voices that have been out there that have been so dominant in the community don't carry the same weight as they once did, right? And so all this stuff comes back to the fact that, why are we even doing this in the first place? We're doing it because we like to play games, and we like to share it with others that like to have the same experiences that we do. So that's kind of how I look at it. And that's just, maybe it's short-sighted on my part. Maybe I'm just wishing for this utopia type future, but
It'll come.
yeah,
Come.
but I just feel like that's kind of where we're at right now, and more people are gonna just kind of wake up, and they're gonna see things for what they are, and we're gonna move on. That's my thought process.
Well, you know what, Don? I like your thought process, and the thing is, like, I guess if we take those negative people out of our lives, it sucks because sometimes they're your friends or someone you enjoy talking to or something along the lines of that. But at that point, like, I muted a whole bunch of people because I like them, I like conversating with them, but with the recent negativity and stuff like that, it doesn't really help. Like, I don't even want to talk to them right now, because everything that spews out of their, let's say, tweets, I was gonna say their mouth, but it's very a few and far in between when I actually talk to somebody, and if I put them in a party chat, I'll end up muting them or going private, so that way, like, these people don't join me. Like, we shouldn't have to deal with that.
Yeah, well, and I've done the same thing, right? There's certain people. It's nothing personal against those people. It's not like, hey, I hate you. Like, it's, and I think people need to understand that it's just not a conversation that I'm willing to share with you, right?
Mhm.
And vice versa. And if you want to make a better environment for yourself, I mean, you as a gamer, you're entitled to that, right?
Absolutely.
You're entitled to follow whoever you want on Twitter and whoever you don't.
Yeah, I know. I hate when people get upset with me and then DM me and they're like, "Why did you unfollow me?" Like, because I felt like it. Do I owe you anything? Not at all. Like, there's no reason to get mad at me for unfollowing you. Like, it's the internet's, guys.
I hate negativity. I can't stand it.
You're so full of crap. Like, I mean, I have my bad days too, and I have things that I don't like, but, like, I'm not going to constantly go all over and spread that negativity. And there's also the aspect of, I'm the type of person where, let's say, if I don't like something, I have to experience it myself. Like, I was kind of anti-PlayStation, okay? And it kind of sucked because it took me buying a PlayStation to troll that PlayStation to realize that I actually enjoyed PlayStation. So I was a fool.
And there's but there's nothing wrong. That's growing pains, right? Like, that's like, that there's nothing wrong with that.
I feel like I've grown up a little bit.
Yeah, like, if you see me, like, I've always been very transparent. Yes, I'm a developer, and I have a small title I'm working on, and I have worked with bigger companies as well. But I'm honest with my people that listen to me. I'm primarily an Xbox guy. That's where I primarily play, but I do play some on PC. And just because PlayStation is my primary platform, it's not something I hate, and it's something I always try to get across when I am having podcasts with other people and stuff like that. That when you're being critical of something, that what I'm saying goes across all platforms. You know what I mean? In regards to that, and that's just kind of being able to try to relate to a wider audience as far as that goes out there. But
Dude,
where's Xbox?
I sent him to school.
Sent him to school?
Is
he going to come back?
He'll be back shortly. He's
going to
Bing
school.
Bong song.
If I even mention the word PC, I get attacked left and right just about PC because I game on PC as well as Xbox and PlayStation. Like, that's a no-no word for me that I can't say. I feel like anytime I say it, I get attacked so
when
hard.
you're in a very console atmosphere and vice versa. PC people too, they kind of like, everybody just like attacks each other. Like, it's so unnecessary. Like,
this is what I don't get, right? Like, well, go ahead. I didn't want to cut you off, so I'm sorry, Mo.
No, it's cool.
So
I'm reading the chat too.
So what I don't get about that, right? Like, people can hate PC all they want if they're a console player, but PC gamers subsidize your next console, the technology that fuels your next stuff, because they're not limiting themselves to say whatever your next console is, right? So they'll pay for the latest greatest graphic card. Is it a small percentage of them? Sure, but they subsidize the other PC guys, right? So it just kind of all feeds into one another in regards to that. So I feel like PC support is essential if I want my console experience to be the best that it possibly can. And there's some things about console that have self-fed into the PC again as well, right? Like APIs have gotten better, drivers have gotten better. DX12 being one of those things that's really kind of smoothed out a lot of. I mean, PC is still PC, right? But it has smoothed out the PC experience since DX12 has kind of hit, and DX11 is kind of that chapter has been kind of shut down, and we're going to Vulkan and all that sort of stuff that drives all that stuff. So, the way I look at it is PC benefits from console and console benefits from PC. You don't have to play on one platform or the other, but it's important to acknowledge that those platforms bring something to the table that you may like on your preferred platform is the way I look at it. Look at VR, right? I'm assuming Supersonic mostly does his PC for a lot of VR stuff because the PlayStation, it's a limited experience as it stands right now. And on the PC side of things, when it comes to VR, it's a very much a wide open space of really anything goes as far as that goes. Am I correct on that, Supersonic?
Yes, very correct. You nailed it.
So, I mean, a lot of the games I've done, I mean, I haven't done a console game yet. Everything I've done is built on PCs, right? So, but I'm still a console gamer. So it shows that, like, just because I develop on one doesn't mean I don't appreciate the other or vice versa. So.
Same here. I guess for me, I think it just depends on what room I'm in. I do stream my PC to my TV in the living room, play stuff in there. But like if I'm in my computer room and streaming and stuff, I just feel like playing PC. If I'm in the living room, then I just feel like playing PlayStation or Xbox or something. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
Depends on your mood and where you're at, right?
Right. Exactly. You nailed it.
And it comes down to that. You remember the whole Play Anywhere? I mean, there's some people that don't like it. I get it. Like, you don't have to do it, right? But was it last week I had to go to Florida. Couldn't take my Xbox or any of this other stuff. I didn't even have a television in my hotel room. Long story. So I took my laptop, right? It was my same work laptop that I was doing all the work I was doing for this client. In the same token, the only thing I was able to play when I was gone was, I had Sea of Thieves loaded on my laptops, and so I played Sea of Thieves, right? Do I prefer the console experience? Sure. But it was convenient to be able to get on my PC in that scenario. And there's other times where, like, the television's been taken in the living room, and that's where one of my 4K displays is, and my other is connected to my PC. So for me, my living style, like, sometimes that Play Anywhere allows me just to simply play the game and not be bothered, right? Depending on what I have access to. So, I don't get it. I don't really get the conflict. You can have personal preference, but I don't think if you hate that other experience, why do you have to project that onto another consumer? I guess that's the part that I don't get, and probably never will. I'll always be confused by that.
It's probably because you have a level head, and you also look at all aspects of everything because you are a developer. So I'm sure that makes a very big impact.
It does. I mean, I can't say that's not part of it. I can try to ignore it, but it is, you're privileged to information. You're exposed to different things when you're in that environment. So, I mean, that is a byproduct of that. And I mean, honestly, I was technically a PC gamer before I was ever a console gamer, to be honest with you, because I was, long story short, I was raised in the back of Radio Shack as a kid. This is not a joke.
True story.
This is actually a true story about the Dawn. This is what I'm gonna fill in a little bit of the mystery. So my father, back when a Radio Shack used to do proper electronics and proper electronic repairs and stuff like that growing up, and not just Radio Shack today, where they sell cell phone cases and their kiosks in malls.
There pretty much no more Radio Shacks here.
No, there's not. Like I wasn't even in kindergarten. I remember selling electronics to adults and remembering the resistor codes and stuff like that. That's the environment I grew up in. I played with soldering irons before I knew my alphabet. Like that's what I did as a kid, right?
That's pretty cool, though.
So I was exposed to PC gaming, with the Tandies and stuff like that growing up, and before I was even introduced to a console. So So part of me is PC will never be out of me, even though I prefer console. You know, no matter what I do throughout my day, I'm always going to be on my PC. So there is a connection there that's always there, but there's something where you want to unplug from it, right? Because that's where you work all the time. So, you know, it's just one of those things. Like I just don't see. I hope other people over time kind of see the benefits, even if it's something that's not something they're interested in, and offer that olive branch of just a little bit of understanding to other people, because that makes for a much more fun gaming environment for everyone to enjoy. Then you get people like, you know, like you get PC gamers, for example. I know PC gamers that hate hacking, but they love PC, but they hate hacking, right? And that is an issue. But Play Anywhere console gamers, that's probably the best form of attack against that on the PC side of things. So, like, you know, it's a growing experience for everybody. I think if you don't want to play on the platform, that's fine, but there's no reason to try to be a fun sucker and take, you know, someone else's fun out of something.
I like that. Fun sucker.
Yeah, my wife came up with that, so I don't get credit for that one. But
you go, wifey.
Son of a fun sucker, you.
Fun sucker. Don't be a fun sucker. That's all you got to
use
say.
That word some point in time. Okay, I booted up H1Z1 and it's just not doing anything. So
that's how the game is.
That's part of the experience.
It's part of the experience. You know, I tell my kids that all the time now, and they're like, nah. I'm like, it's part of the experience.
That game's been on my PC forever. It sits there and doesn't do anything.
Well, see, you play it on PC, and I haven't played it on PS4, and I don't have a PC to game. My PC is acting like super poop now. So I do have to resort to consoles at all times. Mostly because my computer is super poop. I don't know what I did to it. I just don't know. But I guess Xbox never coming back.
Yeah. I mean, I tried stalling as long as I could.
It's been like 12 minutes. And, you know, Don, I appreciate you stalling. His phone is here. And
you can share a microphone.
He left his phone because I texted him. I heard it from the other room.
In the interest of stalling, have you guys seen the new SCUF controller for the PS4?
Oh,
yes. I text Graphic got a picture
with the asymmetrical sticks. Oh my gosh, yes, I did, and I saw a lot of people like, I'm not gonna pay $200 for that. Blah,
okay,
blah.
So this brings up the other part. Part of my stall, right? So like, if you want a high end like performance oriented controller, that's probably, I think, the best thing I've seen so far on the PS4. I've seen some couple other ones that are decent in regards to that. However, actually there's a dongle thing for Xbox controllers now that allow you to wirelessly connect to a PS4 and a Switch.
I didn't really look into this. I just saw it. It's wireless.
The one I found, the one I've been using for about 2 or 3 months now.
Oh, darn.
It is wireless, and so basically you have to hold a couple buttons to sync it to that particular device. Is how it works. I've tested the latency. It's literally a 1-for-1 towards the PS4 controller. So it's got that going for it. So it's not like you're getting a worse performance, but you prefer a different controller layout. That's the product. Allow you to, you know, if you want to use an Elite controller on a PlayStation, you can do it, and vice versa. I don't know if Microsoft's too keen on it or anything like that, but or PlayStation for that matter. But let's be honest. If you prefer PlayStation, I understand you prefer that controller, and if you prefer Xbox, one of the reasons why you prefer that system is because of the controller. So
it has back paddles and whatnot, like the Elite.
No, it's just so basically what it is, and I'll send it to you. Let me find it real quick.
I'm looking at one right now.
No, I'll send you the one that I'm talking about in the DM. But it basically just takes up the battery cover. And it snaps into the USB plug on the top of your controller, and it kind of integrates. It looks smooth when it's all said and done and clipped in. It looks gross by itself, but when it's popped into the controller, it looks really good, and simply it works. It even adds motion controls when you sync it to a Switch, because Switch
That's cool.
utilizes motion controls.
Oh, nice, nice. Do, 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 do.
How much is that
all
thing
right.
that with the Elite controller that you could just make that work with your PlayStation?
That's the one I'm talking about. And that, let me see, how much is this bad boy? I think it's like $60.
It's not bad.
So, can you share that in the chat, because I just shared the new one, like
I don't know if I can share links in the chat. I
Oh.
think it blocks it for me. So if you want to, it's
If
in
you
the
okay.
DM.
Got you.
I think you have permission. I don't.
Oh, okay, yeah, interesting. That is kind of ugly. You're
But
so
once it's
right.
plugged into your controller, it doesn't look bad at
Don,
all.
you should be able to share
So
links.
did the show go down the tube? Since it left?
Hey,
Nothing
totally.
but like
We're
humor
not
and
stalling.
banter.
No, actually, we had pretty good conversation, and I liked it.
I don't believe you.
No, I'm serious.
I don't believe you.
We only wanted you back to play the song back.
Nice!
Yeah. So it's basically what is it? So it's $63.99. So it's about the price of a game.
And it's just a battery thingy thing?
It has a battery plugged in. It has battery, I believe, built into the unit, if I remember correctly. And it covers the battery cover, and it snaps into the USB port up top. As I said, it looks ugly by itself, but when you see it plugged into a controller, it looks like it belongs there.
Oh, that's
What
cool.
are you talking about?
So it's an adapter. For
We were stalling because you were taking so long. So to clarify what we're really doing, we were stalling.
Who's stalling? We're not stalling.
We were stalling.
We're not
Super
stalling.
Cooper in the
It's a
chat says I
rematch,
have
so you
the-
can use your Xbox One controller on the Switch or PS4.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right, so what did Super Cooper say?
Oh, he says I have a Brook controller. It works good too.
Where did you get X from?
No, I'm trying to read the thing.
just happy
Chat
I'm
keeps
here.
scrolling up. I have the Brook controller. It works good too, but it's wired. It was only $30.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's a whole controller. This is
a
you
battery adapter thing.
You use your own controller, right? So you use your own Xbox controller of your choice. If you're a standard Xbox One S controller or a Elite controller, use that controller. You snap this guy in place, and it allows you basically wirelessly sync your preferred controller to your other devices.
That's
See, now,
pretty cool.
now Graphic God can get a PS4 now.
Well, Xbot. So, what the hell did I do?
I don't know.
Don
Yeah.
reminded me about the Scuff controller. I'm trying
Oh,
to
the
read the
PS4
mother
one?
flipping article. Yeah. Adds wireless play and new customizable side buttons, and I did share that in the chat as well. It has the
It's a cool
asymmetrical.
controller, man.
It actually is really nice. If you get it wired, it's $169. If you get it wireless,
Holy
it's
crap.
$199.
Oh, that's too much money.
Right,
So
because you didn't
that's
pay
why
that
we
much for an
talked-
Elite controller. So
That's why I talked about the adapter, because like here's how the adapter started for me. I kept going to my buddy's house, and his PlayStation 4 controller was always broken, or I always was breaking it because I have hands of concrete. So I was tired of breaking
Sandpaper.
it. Yeah, I was tired of breaking his controllers, because I felt bad every time I was going over there. His controller would break, and I would use it, right? So, so I just at a whim tried this, and then I used it on his PS4, and it was great. And then I ended up start using it on my own PS4 when I got it, and yeah, it's literally.
Can I throw in a couple thoughts about this controller real quick?
I suppose.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, if you look at it, look at the button layout, the thumbstick layout, and look at the name. It's Elite controller, right?
Mm-hmm.
That tells you something. People might be used to like the Dual Shocks with the thumbsticks like laid out where they are, but at the end of the day, the better layout is the one that they're mirroring off of Xbox. So you might not be used to it at first, but if you pick up this controller, or you pick up a controller that has the left thumbstick up higher, give it a shot, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a lot more comfortable in the long run. And it is kind of like the better placement out there.
And it has the paddles and everything, so.
See, with that, I mean, I like the Elite controller for Xbox. I like how the paddles are they like hang out from the sides. I don't like having the straight up and down bars that are in the middle of the controller. And I think I saw that's what it has. I mean, but if you get used to it, you can play with it like that. I think there are other controllers out there, third party for the PS4 that has that the thumbstick layout, and it's not as expensive as the Scuff. I think Scuffs are kind of, to me, they're a little overpriced, and you know, $160 for a wired controller. If you're looking into that just to have a controller that kind of mimics the thumbstick placement, I would look for that cheaper version and go for that one first. I don't know, 160 is a little much for a wired.
You know what's cheaper than that? Just buying the $60 adapter and using that.
Yeah, that adapter sounds cool as hell.
Don, you're so cheap.
Because the problem with aftermarket controllers, and this goes with all platforms, right? When the OU ones always feel better, like just the overall shape of the controller always feel better. There's other like aftermarket controllers where like just something ergonomically just feels a little bit more awkward in regards to that. So I don't know if the Scuff even feels good in the position. I would imagine that it does, but it does. But you can't kind of get where I'm coming from. It's like it always feels a little awkward. It'll always feel like a copy of something else.
Another thing I want to say, and I know people out there who are like extremists to one side or another, my biggest complaint with the PS4 is the quality of the controller, the DualShock 4. When it comes to the triggers feel very thin. The rubber on the thumbsticks, they wear out really quickly and they rip really quickly and stuff like that. So I think that at the end of the day, like I would be looking for another controller, and I wouldn't be looking for an official Sony one just because of the bad run-ins I've had with the DualShock 4. So that adapter is really cool. Maybe I would use that because with my experience between the two controllers, I've used the Xbox One controller a lot more. But to me, it's a lot more durable. It's a lot more comfortable, and it's made with a better quality than the DualShock 4 is. And I just made everybody quiet.
Well, you were supposed to play the outro music.
I was on mute.
Talking about this.
Oh, you're on mute.
I thought that's what we were
I was
doing.
on mute by accident, and I was checking out H1Z1, and it's actually working.
Oh no.
No, but you're gonna download it and we're gonna have fun.
Now I know why I picked up one of the twins today. it's to see if she wanted to see if H1Z1 was working.
Wait, you just pick up one, you leave the other one around. So
you leave
is
the other
that
one
how
there.
it works with twins?
Yeah.
Like you can just do whatever
we
you
have
want.
a valid reason though.
One's the experiment, and the other one is the one you don't want to mess up. Is that what's going on?
Of course, that's exactly what it is.
That sounds about right, actually.
Wow, jerk. Yeah, no. So guys, we're gonna end this show, and I'm gonna check out H1Z1 for a little bit. If you guys want to play, go download it. PlayStation.
You're gonna play Iron Banner?
No, I'm not. PlayStation H1Z1. Come on, it's fun. It's open beta, so let's get into the game and check out the other PUBG. Anyways, Don, you want to let people know where they can find you, what you're up to, and if we can see one of your games coming out this year?
No, not this year. But I am. Well, the things I've been playtesting, yes, you will be seeing them this year. You will be seeing them at the C3. So yes, the answer to that question, those things you will see. But my personal project, no, you will not see it this year. I don't even know.
Well, guys, I will say the Don is an absolute rock. Like when he said he's playtesting games, like in private parties and hangouts and stuff, I'm hitting him with all like game titles, and he is a rock. He will not let me know what he's playing.
What's your price, Don? What's your price?
What's my price?
Tell us.
It would have to be a pretty sweet contract. I would have to say that.
I don't know if I can draw up a contract. It doesn't mean that it's going to be real.
Yeah, you gotta back it up.
It's going to be real.
You gotta back it up. That's kind of how that works. But anyways, the best way to get to know what I'm doing is follow me on Twitter, which is the Don _ KTR, which stands for Kiss the Ring. The same way to follow me on Xbox Live, just no underscore. I will be dropping something on the channel tomorrow. I proposed a question on Twitter. Do you got, do people that follow me, do they want me to see me just on podcasts, or do they want to hear something on a YouTube channel sort of format? The people have spoken. They have told me they want to see me in the YouTube channel format. So the idea is it's community-driven questions that you can ask directly to me. If you don't ask me a community-driven question, I can't create a video for that.
So how about, what game are you playing, play testing?
So, I'm going to defer to the community questions that have already been submitted this week. But if you like to get my opinion on something, Snaps, the best thing to do is just ask me right on Twitter, and then maybe I will choose you next week. Maybe.
All right, cool. Can you do some type of a hashtag so that way we can kind of keep track of it? That'd be cool.
I can do some hashtags.
Hey, Don, did you get Supersonic's question for you for a future episode? He asked, what do you feel the future of dildo sticks is going to be?
Hey, that word is not allowed here anymore.
Yeah,
sticks? Sticks?
You know what
I didn't even say it. I didn't even say it this time.
Why is this a question? Why is this even on your mind? Why is this even on your mind?
Ask Supersonic, man.
I did not say anything.
It's not about me. It's not about me.
I did not say anything about.
Apparently, this is a conversation that's happened between the two of you, and you both should be ashamed. So let's keep on moving.
You can't climb walls in this game. What the hell?
I almost choked on water.
Cool. All right, Supersonic Station, you want to let people know where they can find you, what you're up to, all that good stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
On the Nintendo Switch.
No Nintendo. I want everyone to keep it P for positivity. Have a positive weekend and week, and enjoy. Find me in the link Supersonic Station on Mixer, YouTube, and Twitch. Tuesdays we do Retro Renegades with Graphic Guide and me, and we play old arcade games. It's super fun every Tuesday. This weekend is going to be really cool on my channel because we are doing the VR Battle Royale in Rec Room. It's the alpha, so we got all kinds of people. We got Siberia, Jedzilla, Stinking Corpse, Jago, even the Mooch is going to join us for this Battle Royale and VR and on Rec Room.
What's a Mooch?
I don't know. He likes to ask people for stuff, and he gets it all the time. But that's going to be really fun.
Got skills.
It's a very social game. It's free. It's cross-play against all VR platforms. But yeah, that's very cool. Where else can you find me? Find me going to get some food after this and barbecuing. And and Dazcast. If I don't lose my voice, Dazcast tonight. Come check that out. He's got a full panel.
Very cool. Guys, I've got a gun, and this is a little bit different than
13 Reasons Why. Put the gun down.
Just so you know, her actual name is Janie. Janie's got a gun.
Janie's got a gun. Oh, God, that was horrible. All right, Xbot, where can people find you? What are you up to? All that good stuff.
You can find me right here. I am right here in front of my computer. Come on over and say hi.
Hi.
Hi. But no, I do have a little YouTube channel called Xbot448. Definitely go and check that out if you haven't done it. And while you're there, there's a button called the subscribe button. You can go ahead and click that and click the little bell icon to let you know when I drop content. My actual gaming news videos have been kind of quote unquote sparse. Hopefully the kids will let me get some time to myself before 9-10 o'clock at night so I can make some gaming news videos.
So is this your sparse year, and when we're going to have more content from you? Is it a couple years from now? Is that how that works?
I'm joking. I'm sorry.
There's content in development right now. Just give me a little time. All right. But yeah, of course, you can always find the next podcast, which is on my channel every Saturday. I am a part of Crossfire, which goes live on a Mooch's channel every Friday. And I am a part of BGST as well, which goes live whenever Next Gen decides it goes live. But I had a lot of fun, and I was able to go and pick up a kid and bring him back here and still make the end of the show. So that's awesome. I should get extra.
Because Don was stalling.
Extra points. So that's because me and Don, like I said, we have that brotherly bond, and
I
he
just
knew.
got into a car accident.
So it's just like PUBG then, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Uber
Mal. No, this actually, it kind of looks better than PUBG. I'm not gonna lie. All right, cool Xbot, and you guys can find me.
She said cool Xbox. She didn't even hear what I said though.
Nah, I wasn't paying attention. Because you say the same every week. You guys can find me right here on YouTube, on Mixer, and on Twitch. OhSnap, it's Mel, and Twitter at GirlsCanGame22. And thank you, Dazzy. Daz just shared all my links right there in the chat. Instagram, I usually post a photo a day because that's what I do. Anyways, guys, enjoy your week. I'm going to enjoy my vacation time. Hopefully, I'll be streaming tonight. I want to try to get into State of Decay 2. I'm looking at the game here, and I'm like, try to think, Mel. I want to dive into State of Decay 2 and do a little bit of streaming of that. And check out my past streams. I did Animal Super Squad last night, so it was a lot of fun. Later, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Bing, 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 bang. China. Bing, bing, bang. Obamacare. Bing, 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 bang, 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 bang. Get those lights off. Bing, 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 bing. China. Bang, bang. Bing, 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 bang. Turn off the lights. I'm really rich. Bing, bing,
Bang.
$1 million. Bing, bing.